me with your best shot. Fire away. Real tough cookie with a long history. What? Let's get down to it. Hit me with your best shot. What? You guys like that? You like that right there? You notice what I did? I sure did. Where's the peacock feather? Well, she's been removed. She's been relieved of her duties. Yes, sir. I wondered if any of you noticed that. I was like, maybe I should tell them. But yeah, you know my little feather thing? I may put it back. I don't know. But right now, it's in a timeout. It's a nice day. How are you guys today? Good? Good. I'm a little, like, this is one of those days I would really like to be out at the lake or the water. Not necessarily hiking, but on a cliff. Just sitting there by myself. It's one of those days. So, just kind of meditative. I feel quite meditative. But anyway, okay, I wrote some things down. I was channeling before I started this video. And here's some of the things that I got. I got the number 32, or you could do 23, or 2, or 3. 32, 23, number 2, number 3. Also, I got 2 colors, burnt orange and green. Now, whether they are together or they mean something to any of you individually, these are the 2 colors I pulled before I started this video. I was like, whoa, why am I seeing burnt orange? It was more burnt orange than green though. So I looked up burnt orange, and it says burnt orange is reminiscent of fire or flames, which makes sense. It's also, orange is the color of the sacral chakra, which is the center for emotion, sensuality, and connection. So then if you put that together, I wasn't seeing like orange, I was seeing burnt orange specifically. So you put burnt orange together with sacral chakra, someone's feeling emotionally burnt out. Some could be feeling sexually burnt out, like maybe someone is just not really feeling it lately, like just not feeling in the mood, just not feeling it at all. And the reason is because this is someone who's probably going through something. They're burnt out, they're exhausted mentally and emotionally, and they can't get their body to catch up with their head. Like someone's going through a lot, whatever that is in their life, and it's causing their libido or it's causing their sex life to go. Now, I'm not talking about people who are celibate. That's like you've chosen to remain sex-free. I'm talking about those people who are active, but whoever I'm picking up on right now, they're not feeling it lately because they're emotionally burnt out or sexually burnt out, frustrated, just kind of shying away. It's made an individual shy away from intimacy, from opening up, because it's like their chakra is burnt out. You know, it's like a fuse. I'm gonna write that down. You know, sometimes when you get burnt out and your patience is really thin, you even sometimes can have a hard time censoring yourself. Someone's sensor is burnt out, so they may be like flying off the handle easier, you know, harder to control themselves, their emotions. Someone could be having some outbursts or rages. But remember, what did I say in the beginning? I was seeing burnt orange, predominantly burnt orange, but I also saw green. So we can't discredit the green even though there wasn't a lot of it. It seems like there's more of this burnt orange representing someone's just a lot going on. But the green here represents the heart chakra. Again, we spoke about that yesterday. So it's kind of like someone, they're tired of it, whatever it is, and this is why they could be having an outburst. They're going to need to control their emotions because their heart is ready for something else, ready for relief from suffering. They're tired of being burnt out because they don't feel like they can operate properly, and they want to change their sensor Or maybe they don't want to, but they need to. They need to change their sensor. They need to open it. And the way that they may be doing this is exploding, but probably in an unhealthy way. But I feel like the heart may take over. Someone may catch themselves. They may be like, no, calm down. Like, you know, why am I really reacting this way? Why am I really feeling this way? I think this is someone who will sit with themselves. It's hard. It's hard because there's not a lot of green. Not for everyone, but I do get that an individual here could have like an anger issue at times. And maybe they don't have usual outbursts. I mean, some of them could. But usually they don't take it out on other people. They may be the type that does things to harm themselves. Like maybe they drink a little too much. Maybe they smoke a little too much. Maybe they don't eat properly for their health. Whatever it is, they could do something, or several somethings. They could do drugs. Whatever it is to numb so that they don't explode. And then I feel like because that's what it is. It's just numbing. It's not healing. It's not discovering and working through. It's masking it, band-aiding the problem. And so when someone is either, I'm hearing withdrawing, when someone withdraws here, somebody could be coming off withdrawals, or they could be on something and they just lose it. Because they're tired of it, whatever it is. It could just be tired of themselves. You know, they could be tired of living the way that they've been living. I've been there more than once. But the biggest time was with alcohol. And I'll never forget that. I was just so sick and tired of myself. I was sick and tired. Like they say, sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's how it was. And for a long time I was so mad at everyone else, but then I realized it was just my issue and I had me to blame. And that was a really hard thing to sit with, you know? And then you get judged for it. It's really weird. Yeah, as you heal, you get judged for it. You're not as, maybe it's part of the lessons from all the shit you gave people when you were going through your things. I don't know. This is an individual, I think, that needs to realize they're burning themselves out. They are the reason that they are in this position right now. What matters is the only way you're going to get through it is addressing yourself and saying, okay, how does this boil all the way down to me, and how can I tweak my perspective so that I can more so surrender to the situation that is not favorable and is not something I asked for, and that way I can receive. Because when you're like holding on and resisting, it just continues to go on. It just elongates the process. It just makes it, what a weird way to say that. It elongates the process of your suffering. It makes you have to stay there longer, but when you surrender to it, as like hard as that is, your blessings come in. It's really crazy. So I feel like this is someone who has not learned to surrender, and they're very angry at damn near everyone, everyone else. Deep down, they've faced the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror, whoever, but it doesn't mean they've accepted the man or the woman in the mirror. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean they've accepted it. And so because of this, they still have these bits of just like, I'm just mad. I'm mad at everyone. Now, what got this person to this point? I don't know. And some of you are like, no, I don't feel like this at all. I'm very content right now in my life. Then this is someone who's like really upset with you, because I do feel that this is aimed at someone. And it's like hard for me to talk. So I don't know if the communication is well between you and another. Maybe you know who this is, but it's like someone has a lot to say about you. Or this could be you. Someone here though who is bitter. They're like holding on to maybe grudges, or, you know, just having to like, I feel like someone really wants to prove something here. Like they really want to prove something to make themselves feel better. They feel like they haven't been vindicated or something like that. Whatever it is, Could just be they're on a rampage and it's nothing personal, but they're just mad and they feel like you deserve it. I don't know. But maybe it is a targeted thing. This is someone who I feel like is going to fly off the handle, or if they don't, they come damn near close to it. And it's because they really have a lot of issues that they haven't addressed with themselves, but it's much easier to look at everyone else and their issues. And it's really interesting too, because this is someone who like pinpoints or has, what do you call those, when they hold people to different standards. So this is someone who could be mad at one person for something, but it's like, but wait, they do that and you don't care over there. What? Seems like a double standard to me. This is like the vibe. It's the vibe. I feel like this is someone who can be like that, harshly judgmental or harshly unfair, just critical, very critical of maybe even a particular person. They just don't like them, and I feel like it could be because they have a sensor that's blown out, and for some reason it's one particular person is like their main target. As fucked up as this is gonna sound, because what's the other color I was seeing? Green, right? It could be that this person loves, like, I know it's weird, but like maybe they love the person that they're angry at. They love the person that they're angry at. It's like, I don't want to love you. I wish I didn't. I don't know why I even care. I don't know why I have feelings. Maybe it's somebody who really thinks they don't like someone, but they don't realize clearly you care. You may even love someone if you give them this much attention. Everything you've done to try to tear that person down, everything you've thought and said about them, that's hardly someone who hates. That's like damn near obsession. Someone here could like obsessively love someone and they even don't know it themselves. They're unaware. They're mad, you know. But it's like, come on, boy. Ain't no man or woman spend that amount of time each day, each week, stalking people's profiles, checking on where they are, paying money even, having people that know people to check up on things, you know, paying money to get people to do spiritual things, give you spiritual answers about this person that you don't really like. No, come on, boy. That's love to me. You got a fucked up love language, bro. Maybe someone's mad at someone for not wanting to be with them, and it's like, no, we're not even gonna go there, because people have a right to love who they want. People have a right to choose their own, make their own decisions in life, and some people just cannot handle that. I don't think so. We're not doing that here. No, I think the message here is like, calm down. Calm down. That's called obsession. You know what I mean? Like, everyone has a right to do what they want. I'm hearing, I didn't get closure. Some people could be angry because they didn't get closure and then they want to lash out, or they have been lashing out. You know how many people in the world wish that they had closure? A lot of people have wished that they could get closure. And there's a lot of people who've had to give themselves their own closure just so that they could sleep at night. Because they knew that person would never come back. Or they knew that person would never say, I'm sorry. Or they knew that person would never try. So now where do we go from here? Because I feel like there's more of a message, but this is what I got before I started the video. But I do believe that there's more. There's more to say. All in all, I'm getting a really grudge, jealous vibe in this message. That's what I feel. I feel like this is someone who's really angry, bitter, jealous. I get grudge. Whether they have specific grudges, I do. I think they have one particular person. They're like, you know, but for some reason they're like, love them too. Some of them love them. Some of them know they do, and some of them, they do not know. They really think they don't like somebody, and all they do is think terrible things about them. But it's like, you do realize all that energy you spend on that person shows how much you're obsessed with them. So you damn near love them. Because if you didn't like them, you wouldn't do all of that. You wouldn't do all of that. You wouldn't even kind of do all that. You wouldn't do some of that. You're taking it like way far. So you want to tell me something? You got feelings for me? Just go ahead and spit it out. It's just like when we're in middle school or something, elementary school, when they're mean to you because they like you. They're like, you stupid ugly cow, and you're like, and then you go home and your mom's like, honey, it's because he likes you. Are we doing that now? In our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s? I mean, granted, the soul doesn't age, but the body here, it's getting older, okay? And are we doing that? Are we still? I didn't like it back then. It didn't seem fair. It kind of seemed like a mind fuck to me. I just felt like, you know what? No. Mm-mm. No, go say those little things to your buddies over there. Not me. And they're up in here trying to do it as adults. This person, whoever this is, someone's mad, they're angry, and they're like bitter about their situation, and they just wish that they could talk to somebody, and it's really because they just care for them or they love them, even if they don't know themselves. And it's like, but they're just mad. They're just mad, and they feel like if they make a scene, this is going to be better. Like the bigger the scene or the angrier they are, then you're going to be forced to listen. It's like a kid that acts out to get the attention of their parents. It's that's what someone's doing or wanting to do, or they're like, you want to see me act out? You want to see how mad I can get? So then to that, you would say, real tough cookie with a long history. Let's get down to it. Hit me with your best shot. Why don't you hit me with this shot? Hit me with your best shot. What? Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Oh God, she's just asking for it. Some of you are like, oh, you remember on The Matrix when Neo was about to fight? They were like training Morpheus. Again, there's that name. I've been hearing Morpheus for a couple weeks now. Anyway, do you remember in The Matrix when Keanu Reeves was about to like train with Morpheus? I believe it was Keanu. It was him that did this. I don't remember what he did with his hand, but he was like, I was like, yes, daddy. It was intense, and I'm seeing that in my head right now. I'm seeing some of you like, look, bring it on, man. Whatever you got to do. Is it going to make you feel better to act out? You want to act out? Are you wanting to fight? Is that what you want? You want to fight? You want to do something to bring attention, to make yourself feel better? Well, okay. Hit me with your best shot. It's like, you know, someone's like, I know what's going to happen now. I know what you're going to do. And it's like, I see a teenager here. You know, back in the day, like in the early 90s, you would see shows where it'd be like brothers usually. And there would be an older teenage brother. He would have his hand on top of his little brother's head because he had like pissed his little brother off. And his little brother's like, I'm going to get you, John. I'm going to get you for talking to mom that way or telling her what I did. And then, but his big brother's like way bigger than him, John. And so John's holding his head while he's just, you know, trying to air hit him, but he don't, you know, his reach is just not quite there. And John's just like, let him get it out. You done? I'm not letting you go till you're done. You done? I'm going to let go. And when I let go, just know I gave you a chance to tell me the truth. And you said you're done twice. I'm done, John. All right. It's like that. That's what it's like. It is, unless some of you are the ones that are angry, and it's like in that case, please just stop. There's so much shit going on in the world right now. And it's been going on in the world, but it's just getting really nasty out there, and there's no need to continually perpetuate more hate. You know, Because I do feel like someone here is holding on to a grudge, or someone feels they're taking something extremely personal, or they have in the past, and they've been holding on to it forever. It almost makes me feel that someone here gets angrier the further away someone gets from them. It's like they get more mad the more time that passes. They're like, I don't know, angrier. Like, how dare you? How dare you? So it's as if they want to make a scene, or they get really bitter and angry because things aren't going their way, the way that they hope things would go, or the person that they feel deserves to be punished in some way or be shown themselves. It's like that person isn't answering for what I feel they should answer for. So it's just someone's really bitter here, and the more time that goes on, the more that the outcome they want isn't happening, the angrier and more resentful they're becoming. But they can't necessarily connect with who they're mad at. Maybe this person won't talk to them, and so what they're going to do is try to act out because they feel like this is the way to get the attention. Even if it's like acting out really poorly, like doing something really bad, really hateful, really mean, very obnoxious, just to get someone's attention, to force them almost, to like force someone to talk to them, force someone to pay attention to them. It's like, wow. It's almost like desperate in a way. But I'm gonna leave it there. That's what I'm getting. If this is energy that's pointed towards you guys and you're not sitting there in this hateful energy, don't stress it. Don't worry. Continue showing your light and giving love, because what you give out, you get back. Whoever this is, that whole if I like you, I'm gonna make fun of you or talk bad about you thing, that ain't, we've grown out of that. And so whoever that is probably gonna be in for somewhat of a rude awakening, because they can't just sit there and be bitter all the time and be angry. You know what I mean? That energy's gonna have to go somewhere, and their inability to control their emotions, their lack of self-control basically, is what's going to get them in trouble. Like, they're not going to be successful in whatever their anger gives birth to, or has already given birth to. They're not going to be successful in that because their intentions are cruel, and they need a lot of self-evaluation, but they haven't really made time for that because all their time has been spent on this one person, you watching. Every day, every week, whatever they did, however much time they invested into your life story, they sure have. They've been on your social media, they've been talking to your family, your friends, or tried to. They've befriended them online. They have tried to go to your old employers, to go to your old places that you've lived, or your stomping grounds, whatever is a hope to run into you or something. Go to your doctors, right? Like where they know you at the doctor, pass by there to see, or even go to the same doctor. Like, this is some, however far people have taken it, but it's just to like really, if they know people that know people, then they get people to spy on you basically, because they're mad. It's coming from a place of them being angry, but deep, the bleep down, it's because someone's like, well, I really wish that the connection between us was different. I wish it was romantic, but because I know I'm not going to ever be able to get that with you for whatever reason, it's just easier for me to be mad and be against you. It's like, all right, guys, I'm gonna leave it there.